Hey everybody, it's Adam and I'm back with another quick short tutorial, and this time we're going to layer some open hats. A client's been working on his percussion groove. It sounds really good. He's got the low percussion. I like to do it with like a low percussion loop, then a medium percussion loop, and then I'll have an offbeat closed hat, so tss, 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 and then I'll have some 16ths generally, and then finish it off with an open hat. The open hat goes in the same place as the offbeat closed hat. And you might be wondering, well, why do you have both? Well, it's simply a case of at the start of a track, generally speaking, you don't have the open hat. So you start with the offbeat closed hat, kick, hat, kick, hat. Eventually, when you bring your percussion in, the open hat kind of replaces the closed hat, and it just adds that groove. Like, I can't do it for the life of me, but it's like, do you know what I mean? Kick, hat, clap, and everything else is in between. Sounds nice, but it's just lacking that drive. The clap's there, you can hear the 16ths, you can hear the ride, but it's just not quite cutting through the open hat. So let's turn all this off. Now the good thing about these samples, are already processed, and we're just looking for a nice open hat. That's nice. So what I mean by drag and drop is I could just leave that, right? But it's a bit messy, so we don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is just a little bit of creativity. It's nothing crazy, is it? We're taking a sample, we're just chopping a bit off. Looks like that's not quite in time. That's quite strange. Oh no, it's okay. I wanted to check. If you use Logic and you don't know what a Marquee tool is, it's a great tool. Definitely learn to use it. This is it. So I'm not going to. I'll do a tutorial on it actually, but yeah, for now. That one's okay, but it's just got a bit of a tail. It sounds strange. Oh, sugar. But yeah, the Marquee tool's great because you can like easily select audio, and then you can easily manipulate it and move it. So what we've done, we've taken a loop, we've chopped out the open hat, we tried a few different variants, don't stick with the first thing. I mean, I've just put a little bit of spread on it. Why? Just to kind of take that open hat and push it across the stereo field. You've got a kick in the middle, the claps are in the middle, and yeah, it's obviously already got an open hat in there, so I'm just taking this open hat and spreading it. It makes a tiny bit of a difference, but it's cumulative, so it might only make a bit of a difference, but when you've got 20, 30 elements doing a little bit of something, overall it can make a big difference. And then just for, I mean, the compressor, the way I look at it, I never used compression until about 3 years ago. Genuinely, I didn't use a single compressor in my track, and I've had some good tracks, you know. Definitely not the best producer out there, but you can't argue that I've not had some good tracks, and I never used a compressor, so it kind of defies this logic that you need, no pun intended, that you need like all these compressors and all this crazy stuff. The reason I use compressors is because I watched Giuseppe Ottaviani's masterclass, which is incredible, definitely worth going to buy it. And he uses a compressor, and he just made it so simple. He basically just uses a compressor, turns the threshold down, so you get about -3 decibels of gain reduction. And what a compressor is used for normally is it's reducing dynamics. So let's say you've got a vocal which has got quiet parts and loud parts. You mix it in where the quiet part is playing, and it sounds great, but when it's louder, the volume is off, so you have to remix it. Well, what a compressor does, it takes the louder parts of the track or the audio and it turns it down, which means you've got a more even sound. So then you can basically turn it up and mix it perfectly. essentially. So you take the quieter parts, the louder parts, sorry, push them down, reduce the dynamics. What it means is that you've got an even audio file then. So when you mix it in the intro compared to kind of later on in the track, it's all level. I hope I've explained that. If I didn't explain that very well, let me know. I've got a little video on compression where I talk about it in more detail. But yeah, essentially it just makes sounds a little bit bigger. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I don't really hear that much of a difference. And I think that's why it never made a big difference. But again, I like to feel it's accumulative. And that over time, I compress every single bit of audio essentially, or every sound. I don't do a bush channel, I just do every sound. So all my percussion, all my mids, all my pads, etc. And I think like over 100 channels, it's got to make a difference, right? Because compression essentially just makes things a little bit bigger. Oh, we've crashed. Well, oh. Fucking logic. Anyway, that's a little tutorial how you can get a little bit creative. Look, we've not exactly spent hours being these creative geniuses, but rather than just throwing a loop in there, at least we've chopped it out and you know, we've processed it a little bit. And yeah, good way to layer your open hat, I guess. And this will really show the client what he's missing. So yeah, for any information about my lessons, there's information in the description. You can email me if you've got any questions. I'm more than happy to help. And yeah, reach out if you need any support. Thank you so much, guys.